Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio. We are brought to you by championnews.net. We are here every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. This is Carol Parisi. Our founder, Jack Roser, and myself has the illustrious Mr. Bill Zettler, the pension guru.
Notorious.
And the notorious pension scam book, which you can get on our website at championnews.net or amazon.com.
I gotta add something. Viewing content of this book may produce nausea.
Yeah. It's a disclaimer. You know what? Illinois has an A- bond rating. It is the lowest of all the 50 states.
And it's going down.
And it keeps going down. Okay, Bill, what's the deal? What should we be doing? You know, there's so many things that you need to tell our listening audience. What should we be doing besides bailing and going across the border?
You have to get control of the political process, and I'm not sure you can do that unless you get Republican.
We didn't do so well back in 2012.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
and
we got what we got.
What's happening is when the money starts flowing out of your pocket, because only the taxpayers can pay this. Now, when the politicians talk and the unions talk, it's always the state owes us money. Well, of course, there is no state. There's only us.
So when they say the state, they mean the hardworking taxpayers.
Me, Jack,
us.
Mike, everybody. It's not the state. There is no state. That's a euphemism. So we are going to have our taxes raised enormously if we don't get this. That's what the politicians want and the teachers want. But they can't raise them enough to pay this bill.
But you know what's so funny is that I've had this conversation with liberals, and they're like, well, the state has not paid. That is a great retort to them. Well, who is the state? What entity is the state?
Nobody could keep up with the excesses that went on. The state has paid its part. The teachers paid a little bit in the beginning, and the state got maneuvered into paying up the excesses that were generated at the local level. And it's all been run by the state since about 1996.
Because the teachers union controls the local school district, the salaries go up at the local level, the pensions go up with the salaries, but they're paid at the state level. Or that taxpayer level.
I have to interject.
And the state has paid it. That's propaganda from the union that haven't kept up with the payment.
Okay.
Nobody could keep up with these excesses.
All right, here's the deal. I mean, and this is kind of off the bunny track, but this is very important to the solution. There are school board elections coming up this year. School board elections have a 10% voter turnout. If you are listening to this show and if you are conservative, if you want to do your part, the first thing you need to do is go vote for good, fiscally conservative candidates for school board. I am sorry to have interrupted you, but that's something we can do right now as part of a solution.
It's a good message.
That's part of a solution that we can take action on immediately.
Yes, it is, and that brings up another point that a solution that should come forward, that all elections are in November. No February elections, no April elections. That's what the teachers' unions want because they don't get any turnout.
But that's not our reality right now. That needs to be done legislatively.
Right.
We have an election
comes in the spring.
Yes.
Right.
So
and nobody shows up. But then anyway, those are related. Now remember, that's part of the union's machinations, as Jack, a great word. Yeah. This is on purpose. This is an accident.
And keep in mind that the turnout for these school board elections are about 11%. You take the PTA, the PTO, which is an extension of the union, and they got their own cabal going out there. And that 11%, if they can tip the scales, and they do time after time.
It's a big fight. It can be done, but it is tough.
But you got the unions that are out there getting paid furlough days to make sure all of their union brethren are out voting. And we are getting outvoted. The taxpayer is getting outvoted by the unions, is what's happening.
And keep in mind that the unions are installing their own people. Yes. Now, in these elections, these people that are being elected are supposed to represent the community. No, instead, the unions are ensuring they're installing their own people so that everybody's going along, and the taxpayers and the communities have absolutely no representation on the school board level.
What's the latest scam, Mr. Zettler?
Well, I've just found recently a retired school teacher from DuPage District 88 high school teacher, retired when she was 56 years old. Her current pension is $400,000 a year.
Oh, that's
insane.
A year. $400,000.
Almost $500,000.
An English teacher.
An English teacher? And our kids can't even spell.
They can't spell. And she's only 67. That's young. She will pull down more than $10 million in pensions before her expected death.
Now, will she also qualify for that 3% COLA increase every year?
Just got $12,000.
Just got $12,000. And how about health care? Is that free too?
Health care is not quite free for teachers. They usually pay 25%.
So the rest is on our backs.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so for $400,000 a year, are the taxpayers, are every single one of those students that she put out, are they articulate? Can they spell? Are they in the free market?
Nobody knows or cares.
Well,
so what's the matter with you?
Well, my point is $400,000 a year. What did she teach besides English? Was it an advanced?
No. But that brings up another point. I don't make $400,000 a year, anywhere near it, but I pay state income tax. She pays no state income tax on that $400,000 a year. Teachers do not pay taxes on their pensions.
Wow. So they're taking from the system, but they're not doing their fair share.
She should be paying $20,000 a year in income tax. She pays zero.
And they don't pay Social Security, is that right?
No.
Oh, absolutely not, no.
Wow, isn't it time for them to pay their fair share?
One would think so.
Well, how come nobody is speaking to that? I am surprised and disturbed that the fair share community...
Because the union controls the politicians, and that $100 million a year that comes out of the teachers' dues that the rotten union legally takes from the teachers, that goes into Madigan and the rest of the largely stinking Democrats and quite a few rotten Republicans, and that they won't do anything about curing the scam that's going on in the state.
I say the taxpayers need to get pitchforks and torches and demand the fair share from pensions.